Hello guys, NautoAce here, and also I'm gonna give my quick thoughts of the July Games update on 7/28/2021 for the Nintendo Switch Online retro games. So, oh man, I'm gonna say that I'm sorry, this is just so sad, like literally sad. And I already gave my thoughts about the situation on the previous update, and I was hoping at least Nintendo would try to listen to their retro fan and give them a bone, but no, even it got worse. Like, I'm sorry, this is just sad. I mean, it is so sad, especially for people. The reason they paid for the subscription is to get to play those retro games rather than able to play online, but you know, to each of their own. This is even worse. I mean, wow, it is so worse. And the sad part, to some extent, maybe not, it depends on your perspective, is that the Japanese side, yeah, they also got the same amount, 3 Super Famicom game. But again, it is sort of different, but I don't think it's much better, and I'll explain that later. So with that, I want to give my thought first, the American side, because it is kind of sad here. Like, it literally is sad what they offered. So the games that they showed are, first, from Interplay, Claymate. So why not Clay Fighter? Why the spin-off Claymate? Whatever. I have heard about that game when I was in high school. People said it's so for a platformer. I never really played it, so this is gonna be my first time. I know, granted, I could play the rig version, but you know, it is what it is. I got too much time doing other things, especially right now. I decided to play Skyward Sword, decided to buy the game, and yeah, I'm having fun. I know it is, but whatever. So moving from that one is a game apparently never came out in the West, but it came out in Europe, and it's called Jelly Boy. And you're a pink jelly, and for whatever reason that you punch enemies from your crotch or maybe stomach, but you decide. That's all I know. Again, it is what it is, whatever. Moving on. And this one's the best one because a lot of people like what the heck. And I'm gonna guess in the long run they're probably gonna use this sort of a joke, and it is, the game's called Bamboozle. Actually, I never heard of this game, like literally I have never heard of this game, so this is my first time. So that's why you kind of notice I kind of not trying to explain a lot of this, because yeah, I know Claymates to some extent, never played it. The other two, this is my first time as an old fogey. This is my first time hearing this game, so it probably means that, like RGT85 said, these are like Blockbuster type games that you go there and oh shit, the good ones are out. I gotta get the sucky one because, you know, I need a new game because I'm tired with my old games type of situation. That's how old I am. So again, it is kind of sad. No NES, only 3 games. So I don't know what it means. Maybe they're just, as of right now, they're just saving the good one later because they're probably gonna update the Switch Online. Maybe not, who knows, cross the finger. But again, it is what it is. My thoughts about those games, well, they're like Blockbuster quality. It means you're probably not gonna buy them when they first came out in the 90s, and you're gonna probably end up going to a Blockbuster set. Yeah, I gotta rent this because the good ones are already out. It is what it is. Heck, even our GT85 was like, what the heck is this? And then, like I said, for Bamboozle, probably some people are gonna use that sort of a joke, like I said, like say, oh my gosh, like PlayStation gonna show something cool, and then suddenly it was something stupid, and people can say, oh my gosh, PlayStation just bamboozled us or something. I know, it's an old joke, but whatever. So with that, moving from there is the Japanese side, and it's not much different because the reason is, first of all, they also have Bamboozle, so nothing much there. And then Dead Dance is actually tough enough in the West. So that game's already been out. I think was in February. I can't remember. So game was already out there. So no big deal. So the biggest one here is Shin Megami Tensei, if a spin-off to the Shin Megami Tensei for the Super Famicom. And you kind of understand why this game never came out during the NES days. It's because one, it's probably text heavy. Second, Atlas probably don't have a good localization team. Third, probably Howard Lincoln said, well, it's too religious. There's bones, there's skeleton, there's demons, and let's just say Howard Lincoln's time with Nintendo of America is games are for kids, so we gotta keep them safe. That's why a lot of religious reference has to be removed. That was always been his policy, to keep the kids safe, and at a time that makes sense. 2021, not so much. Sony, different story there. So if you wanna hear my thoughts about giving them a bone, I'm gonna link my previous video on the description box, because there's really nothing further to say. I mean, this is just really sad, like in the US side, like it literally is just it. This is really sad, but maybe there is something what's going on. Maybe they are gonna add some new Switch online games, maybe the Fall Direct. If there is, maybe again, just keep patient. Maybe they are gonna finally start updating the Switch because of the OLED. Gonna give the general consumer, instead of why should I get a Switch, especially the OLED, because maybe they're gonna add some new features. Who knows? But the bottom line is, yes, right now this is really just sad. I mean, for me personally, it is funny because, like I said, when I buy the Switch online subscription, yeah, I get to play classic game, but it's all about playing online. And I already have done it with some games: Tetris 99, Pac-Man 99, Smash Brother, Mario Kart, heck, even Pokemon Unite, because I think even free-to-play game, you have to have a online subscription. And you sort of get a pass because it is $20 versus when you do it on Microsoft. Phantasy Star Online 2, I mean, different story there. But again, it is what it is. And my guess really right now, and I even posted on Twitter, on Spawnwave's Twitter page, is that it is that they're sort of marketing that, hey, the Switch Online is, you get to play games online. And then the secondary is able to save your games on the cloud. And of course, if you need some quick retro downtime, the Switch Online. But there are some, and like I said, to each of their own. The reason they pay for the subscription is to play those retro games. But again, different people have different opinion, and that's why to a point now that even including RGT85 saying, just bring back the virtual console, because if you're gonna just offer them some Blockbuster quality games, then I don't know. Like I said, maybe there is more than MCI. Maybe they are doing something new. Maybe this new revision of the Switch coming out, whatever. But again, it is what it is there. So also, might as well just add in here because it's sort of related, is that I want to give my thoughts really quick about the Nintendo corporate Twitter basically sort of responding to Bloomberg's story. And here's the gist of it. If you've been following Bloomberg, I think even before E3 2021, Mochizuka was talking about the Pro Switch, and then there was a lot of story, and then when the OLED came out, they said they're not making a lot of money, or they're not costing them a lot of money. It was like $10 for upgrade, from what I understand, to a point that the corporate Nintendo Twitter page, they had to respond to it. And this is sort of a rare thing and an interesting situation, because companies to some extent don't address stuff unless it really impacts their business. So say me and some other people, even popular ones, say Yongye, Nintendo Prime, Spawnwave, Player Ascent, talk about, and top of my head, the PlayStation censorship. Push come to shove, Sony's not gonna probably give a shit about, like, oh, we hear you guys, but it's just noises. So they're just gonna do their thing. They're gonna go whatever their merry way. So that's really mostly how the procedure works. Whether you like it or not, it is what it is. Unless something big happened, that they will react. So in the case of why Nintendo corporate Twitter page reacted, chances are because of the investors are reacting. When investor reacts and say, hey, this is not right, what's going on, you better tell us any stories, you better fix this shit, then they have to say something, they have to address it. Normally they don't address when people just open their mouth, I know, but that's what it is, noise, even so letting my voice heard, but to some extent, corporate just says, whatever, just too much noise, won't move on. But when an investor reacts to those noises, especially Bloomberg, because they're not just people in the internet, they are well known, they're sort of an organization, then you want to take note to a point. That's why Nintendo corporate, they reacted to it. That's really it. Well, bottom line is we'll just see what happens in the future, but yeah. So when something like that happens, like I said, that means they're reacting to the investors because the investors are reacting to the situation. So anyway, that's my thoughts on the Nintendo Corporate Japan reacting and the games for July of 2021. Like I said, it is just sad, but it is what it is there. So with that, I'll see you guys later.